on 24th. We got 7 games. The first game, the Jazz beat the Washington Wizards. No surprise there. Wizards are getting a. Are they getting a new head coach? Or are they gonna stick with their assistant coach? I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't really matter. Jazz beat them at home. Jazz beat the Wizards on the road, 123-108. Lauri Markkanen, 29 points, 3 steals, amazing, 6 threes. John Collins had a great game with 16 rebounds. And because Walker Kessler is supposedly to match up with Daniel Gafford, but this game, you would think Walker Kessler would get a few more minutes, but what are you going to do? If he gets 15 minutes here, actually he was in a bit of foul trouble. You just got to stick with him. Claudius Sexton, still a must roster, plays just 17 minutes. I think most nights he's going to give you 20 points. So I'm not too worried about that. I'll continue to hold on to him. And Jordan Clarkson came off the bench at 19 points, 8 assists, which is pretty good. On this game, Keontae George got 31 minutes. That's the problem with Jazz, is whoever is having a great game, they're going to roll with him. Keontae George actually didn't shoot the ball that well, but had 7 assists. And Kelly Olynyk, they just decided to go with the bench unit a little bit more. Kelly Olynyk got 20 minutes, had a beautiful game as well. So, all the guys are really up and down. For the Washington Wizards, Kyle Kuzma continues to pump up the numbers, 26 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds with 5 turnovers. Jordan Poole, actually not so bad. 2 steals and 2 blocks with 3 threes and 18 points. Let's see if anything changes while Tyus Jones is just continue to be amazing. This is why he was getting drafted early. He was not, for whatever reason, he wasn't getting full minutes to start off the season. Now he does. And now he's showing what he could do. 14 assists with no turnovers. That's how good he is. He's kind of the new CP3, where he's going to give you 10 assists and 2 turnovers. Not even that. Tyus Jones on the season, how many turnovers is he averaging? Tyus Jones, amazing. 0.8 turnovers a game. I don't know how he does it. 6.2 assists and 1.2 steals. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Danny Advia played just 27 minutes, okay. And Daniel Gafford came back and had an amazing game as well. 1 steal and 4 blocks. Continue right with him. And once he's back, Marvin Bagley, we could drop him. But if Gafford ever misses time for the rest of the season, we know who to pick up. Moving on to the next game, we have Philadelphia lost to the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton. Embiid did his thing, 31 points, just 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Probably the worst game I've seen Joel Embiid play this season. He still had 31 points. So I think after his 70-point game, he's the second-ranked player. Is he the second-ranked player? Yeah, he's the second-ranked player. But him and SGA, they're like right next to each other. Tyrese Maxey played just 28 minutes. I guess they waved the flag a little bit early, so now the guys play huge minutes. Kelly Oubre Jr. had a decent game with 1 steal and 3 blocks. Fantasy-wise, real life, not so much. They give KJ Martin 31 minutes off the bench. I don't see that happen very often, but overall, just a bad game across most Sixers players. And Pascal Siakam had a very efficient triple-double with 26 points on 13 shots, 10 assists. Great stuff. Miles Turner had some personal foul. Miles Turner has been amazing lately. Mainly just like shooting the basketball, not like blocking a lot of not getting a lot of defensive stats, but the offensive numbers has been there. Buddy Hield had 3 threes. Okay, with Tyrese Halliburton now, we don't know when he's coming back. Like Andrew Nembhard is the guy we want to have. TJ McConnell is the guy we want to. Although TJ hasn't been getting minutes, but there'll be one game he goes out for 14, 13 assists. I think it's a matter of time. I think for whatever reason, the coach Rick Carlisle just does. Well, he also had 4 personal fouls. But even when he's playing well, he doesn't get over 30. That's just, I guess, the mentality. Just spread the minutes out. Aaron Nesmith also, we could stream him. Like, he's been getting close to 30 minutes. Andrew Nembhard, of course. Those are the 2 guys we should look to stream. Moving on to the next team. Wow, the Knicks, are they for real? They just blew out Denver. 40 points. Wow, amazing stuff. Jokic, just 3 assists, 11 rebounds, 31 points. Also one of his worst games. He's a minus 23. You don't really see that very often, to be honest. Jamal Murray, really bad. Nobody played well in Denver. Horrible game across the board. And then we look at the Knicks. Julius Randle, 17 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and a steal. Pretty, I would say decent. Jalen Brunson did his thing, to 21 points, and OG just popped off with 6 steals and 26 points and 3 threes. Here we go. His defensive stats have been really good last week. And on the season, OG wasn't really doing well at all when he was with the Raptors before he got traded. On the season now, he's averaging 1.2 steals. He should still, the steal numbers should still go higher, to be honest. I expect him to get 1.6, 1.7 steals. And also his minutes, he only played 29, but usually Tom Thibodeau is going to pump up the minutes pretty good. So as long as he stay healthy, I don't see any problem of him not making top 50, even top 40. Depending on how many defensive stats he could even make top 30. Dante played 26 minutes, okay. And Josh Hart, they basically split the minutes. Both guys could be streamed. I don't think they're much rosters. Moving on to the next game, we have the Celtics blew out the Miami Heat. Celtics. There's a difference between Celtics and many other top teams. I feel like they have so many blowouts, they just blow teams out. Just blow them out by 20, 30 points. So Porzingis exit the game a little bit early. I don't think it's too serious. If he ever missed time, Al Horford is a obvious stream. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both just did okay, because it's collectively they just destroyed the opponent. Derrick White, 15 points, 6. This is why we love Derrick White. 3 3, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. Just give you everything. And even when he was with the Spurs years ago, we know if he gets good minutes, he could be a great fantasy player. I think it's all coming around this season. People see giving him full minutes, how good this guy could be. Joe Holiday, 7 for 8, also had a great game offensively. We look at the Miami Heat. Miami Heat has been bad. Not gonna lie. They did the Terry Rozier trade. They have lost. What is 7? They have lost 5 straight. I don't know what's going on with them. And a lot of, since Jimmy Butler came back, they haven't won a game. Jimmy Butler, 2 steals, 17 points, a -24. Ben Adebayo, mediocre game. Nobody really stands out. Terry Rozier was horrible. He was a sell high when he was with Charlotte and he gets traded. He's not in a better situation. He's definitely in a worse situation. But he should still get enough minutes. And he's still on much roster. It's just he was averaging 24 points. That's not going to happen, right? Probably 17, 18 is more realistic. All the numbers going to go down. And also depend on his efficiency. But he is not going to put up the same numbers that he is putting up. For now, we hold him. Caleb Martin came off the bench at 22 minutes. And Josh Richardson, they all played pretty bad versus the Celtics. Moving on to the next game. The Timberwolves barely beat the Nets on the road. And they, remain on top of the West. Yes. Mike Conley came back, had an okay game. Anthony Edwards continued to struggle from the field. Just 24 points, 3 threes, and 1 steal. Rudy had 13 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Okay. Cat, very, very efficient game, 27 points. They do need to get Cat. I think offensively, to be honest, efficiency-wise, Cat is way more efficient than Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards may be able to create his shot a little bit more just because he's a guard, and Cat doesn't really have a face-up game. He likes to shoot from the perimeter. But, in terms of shooting ability, I think Cat is better than Anthony Edwards. So, he needs to get him the ball a little bit more. Jaden McDaniels, oh, man, you roster him. He plays over 30 minutes. Just no defensive stats. I wouldn't mind, streaming this guy, if I need defensive stats. But it comes and goes, really. Nasri came out the bench at 23. Could be better. And then we look at Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's getting minutes, but just not putting up good numbers. 3 threes, 14 points is okay, but it seems like he wants out. And, what are they really playing for this Nets team? Cam Thomas had 25 points. He remains to be a must roster, even though his minutes could be up and down. He's really up and down, depending on his scoring. He could be really useful one game and then useless and hurt you the next. Mikal Bridges, this is who he is. 21 points, 2 threes, okay, 2 steals. definitely not. On a per game basis, he's definitely not even close to be a top 20 or 30 player or 40. And the way he's playing this year. Claxton had 2 steals and 2 blocks, pretty good, 16 points. And Cameron Johnson is a drop at this point. The minutes is not there. And even when he gets 30, what does he really put up? Dorian Finney-Smith, yeah. Move on to the next game. Wow. The Warriors lost another close one to the Kings at home. This is bad for the Warriors. They had a lot of. I feel like the Warriors record-wise are really bad, but they lost a lot of close games. I just feel like they lost a lot of close games. This game, well, would you like Harrison Barnes? If you have him, you can sell him for anything. Yeah, I just obviously he's been really hot lately, but that is not going to last. 39 points, 2 steals and blocks, 7 threes. Amazing game. Keegan Murray, 14 points. Keegan Murray is a must roster. Even though he could also be up and down, but he's a must roster. Sabonis, amazing, 13 assists, 8 rebounds, and 18 points. 2 for 2 from 3 also. Well, they scored 134 points, so this game is just offensive firepower. Crazy. Kevin Huerter also had 3 steals, pretty good. The Warriors, they do have a lot of turnovers, especially Draymond Green just throw the ball away a lot. So good game from Huerter, and then De'Aaron Fox did his thing. Just 1 rebound, but 8 for 8 from the free throw line. You don't see that very often. And then we look at the Warriors. This Warriors team, Steph Curry had a good game offensively. 33 points and 6 threes, but he was a -8. But 1 steal is okay, but only 2 assists. He's not getting an assist this year, and he's not getting steals this year. That's huge, which is why he's not inside that top 10 on a per game basis. Because at this point, he's just giving you 2 category points and threes and free throws, but he doesn't get to the line all that much. So he needs to get more defensive stat. That's the most important thing. I think 1 year he averaged 2 steals a game. I don't know how much effort he's exerting on the defensive end, but it is on the season he's averaging 0.8 steals. That is not good. 4.9 assists. I mean, that could go up, So yeah, and he's only shooting 40% from 3 this year. I think he's gonna. Not worried about that. I think the year they won the chip 2 years ago, 2020, he was horrible during the regular season by his standard, and then he just turned it on in the playoffs. But this team, they gotta win games to be even in the playoffs. Obviously, we know once they do get in, they could be dangerous. Draymond Green is a must roster. I think he's gonna be up and down, but these are the type of games you go okay, this is why we roster him. 11 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Super useful. When you have him, you probably want to pump points. Efficiency wise, he went 0 for 3, but efficiency he's okay, long term wise, and he's not that bad from the free throw line. It's just you gotta pump points. He's gonna make a little bit 3. Klay Thompson, horrible. Yes, of course. Klay has been horrible all season. Dario Saric, Andrew Wiggins, yeah. I guess the bright side is Jonathan Kuminga. He's been really, really good. Really, really good. So he needs to be rostered everywhere. Kuminga on the season, he's not ranked on the season, but it doesn't matter. We gotta roster him 100%. Moving on to the next game, the Lakers score 141. You don't see that very often, but they did it. And Kobe White had 42 minutes, played 43 minutes. Need more defensive stat. Everything else is the same. If it's fine. Caruso, absolutely must roster. Also a bit sell high, to be honest. Depending on, Zach LaVine. If Zach LaVine comes back, right? But 35 minutes is amazing. 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks, 3. Try to do a 2 for 1. Vucevic, so the minutes is super high. Did this game go to overtime? This game did not go to overtime. And Jamal played 40. Vucevic played 39 and Kobe played 43. And it's actually uncommon to see Caruso play 35 because he gets injured a lot too. So they're just going with the starters. This Bulls team, they're really trying to win some games. Patrick Williams plays just 24 because he had foul trouble. In the short term, we could also stream him as long as Zach LaVine is out. Because he started, he should be getting 30 minutes. DeMar DeRozan also had an amazing game, 32 points, 10 assists, and 2 steals. And then we look at the Lakers. How about D'Angelo Russell? There are a lot of rumors he's gonna, he's getting traded. Fine, he's a sell high, obviously. But yeah, I mean, if you can get, depending on what you want to get back, um, I think if he does get traded, he might be in a better situation. If he doesn't get traded, he could still remain to be a must roster, right? Putting up like around 20 points and 2, 3 threes and 4, 5 assists and some defensive numbers, so that could be useful. Um, yeah, 29 points, another amazing. Shooting the ball pretty well. 8 threes and still on the block. As to Austin Reeves at 20 points, of course, when you score 141 points, everybody had put up a pretty good line. 20 points, 8 assists, and 2 threes. And AD, just one block. So AD had the worst game out of all the guys. Just one block, he's gonna be fine. LeBron came in, played 12 assists, 2 steals. He's doing it. But in fantasy wise, LeBron has missed a few games lately. They did not. Him and AD did not miss a lot of games to start off the season. I think they're gonna start missing some games. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.